The rise of drug use in the city of Tshwane and its negative impact on its people prompted city leaders to take action. The city of Tshwane partnered with the University of Pretoria to lead a groundbreaking approach to serve communities where they live. The Community-Oriented Substance Use Program, also known as COSUP, works with a diverse set of NGOs to ensure that people who use drugs and those who are marginalized in society have access to health care and support where they need. Now, 7 years later, with 17 sites and 12 drop-in centers serving the greater Tshwane area, this program is changing lives. In their words, restoring dignity back to people. At one of the COSUP centers in Hatfield, called Reliable House, I meet Molebatsi Maila and the team to see how their circle of care works.
Every site is a bit unique. So we have sites that are in clinics, in hospitals, in private NGOs. So everywhere you go, a site will be. We also have sites that are in churches. So every site is quite unique. We do, with our harm reduction, we do OST, which is the opioid substitution therapy. We provide psychosocial intervention. We do what we call a needle exchange program as well. So we help get our clients into skills programs. So what stands out for me is our approach not so much being about abstinence, but about harm reduction. Just looking at it simply as harms are involved in our everyday lives, and our approach then is in this everyday life, in the substance use, how do we reduce the harm, not just clinically, but also psychosocially as well.
Okay, so on this side we have different activities, like the book club is one of them. We've got, as you can see around, we've got gardens where the guys can plant their vegetables. We've got a sewing room where they actually learn how to sew stuff so that they can be self-sufficient. We also, over there, we have the clinic where we actually have the social worker, the psychologist, and the clinical associate for intervention with substance use.
City of Tshwane's funding and leadership of the program has over the years enabled a network of support from across the NGO and private sectors. You mentioned working with other NGOs. Tell me a bit about that and how that process has been like.
We work with quite a number of NGOs. Like I had said, we have several sites around the city. So each site will have NGOs that they partner with within their region. So we work, especially in the inner city, we've worked with NGOs such as MSF. We work with NGOs like Hopeline and Sandput. The city has played a big role in backing us up with funding. The nice thing is that the University of Pretoria had already been doing a lot of work with the COPC project, which is the Community Oriented Primary Care Project. So we already, when COSUP came about, we had already come with a lot of experience with working in communities, working with homeless people, and really identifying how big of a problem substance use was. So we kind of came with experience and we could back it up, and I think that made it very easy also for the city of Tshwane to also back us up and support us throughout. Some NGOs are trickier than others, so the power of persuasion is very important, and it comes to play very nicely when you know how to do it right. At the end of the day, just getting people to realize that we want the same things, we desire the same outcome, and this is how we can do it. A lot of the times, working together and partnering with one another makes the work so much easier. You have more manpower, you have more resources, and our reach can go much further.
And over 50 kilometers away in Soshanguve, we visit a COSUP center within a more rural setting.
So on a daily basis, from 8 to 4, clients will be coming in from there to here, obviously. And then during lunchtime, 12:1, there behind the vegetable garden, we cook for them every day, once a day. Pap and veg, pap and meat, depending on what we have. Also here, it's a church / hall. So we use it as a community church, also as a community hall. And then next door here, there's Unchained Youth, is the organization where we refer the clients who want to go to rehab, we refer them here.
And what has been the most challenging moment for you personally in all of this?
I think education and awareness. So having people understand our approach, what we do, why we do it, and it being so much bigger than us. This is a key population of people who really have been left behind, not just by society, but by various departments. These are people who cannot access healthcare services, not just because of the stigma, but because they themselves maybe might not find the value in following up at a clinic or doing those things. So us coming in and building relationships with clients and not just other stakeholders and NGOs, for me has been a big thing.
Yeah.
I think the biggest lessons have been just understanding the big role the media can play with the work that we do with organizations like this. So social media also being part of the media. So driving the narrative, what kind of narrative are we driving, moving the attention more away from the substance, but the people themselves. So these are people who are part of communities, and these are the challenges they are facing. So it's not just about substance use, but it's about people. How can we impact people's lives? How can we empower people? And how can we help change their lives? Not just, like I'd already said, not just clinically, but also psychosocially. Yeah. I would love to see this being an initiative that other municipalities take up, and other NGOs take up. So you don't have to be as big as a university to do something like this. So if this could be something that is national, that is a part of certain departments, so the health department, social development department, and just being a national initiative where these will be services that are readily available to everybody. You don't have to come to the city of Tshwane to access something like this.
COSUP is a great reminder that a city government like the city of Tshwane can use innovation and partnership to truly care about its people.